to today's stream, which is I'm going to talk a little bit about divination. A lot of people, so, well, first of all, tomorrow, Lionsgate, guys, tomorrow I'll be going to a talk, and the talk is called Lesser Forms of Divination, and it's by a guy who goes by the name Potty, I believe. And I actually I didn't find much of him online in terms of videos or YouTube or anything like that. So I I didn't exactly know what to expect. I didn't exactly know, but it did make me think. It made me think about divination because divination is tarot, pendulum, things like this, and the tools that we use are merely tools. So they are tools to channel our own gifts into, our own abilities, our own answers, our higher self, our guides, whatever it might be that you're receiving information from. The the divination tool is it's a tool. That's what it is. So I did want to talk about how pretty much anything can be used for divination if you program it, if you put that energy into it, if you know, focus on that. You really can use anything. You don't necessarily have to use tarot or pendulum or something like that. So, like I said, not 100% certain what to expect on the talk tomorrow, and I probably will update you about it. I probably will talk about what I learned there and what was said. So hello and welcome, guys, as well. Hello, Maya, Jasmine, and SG, who I believe is new, I think, to the channel. So hello and welcome if you are new. I am Venus. This is Secret Frequencies. And yeah, I was just kind of explaining about the talk I will be attending tomorrow. I wanted to jump on for a Lionsgate meditation tomorrow, but I don't think I'll be able to. We'll see. But the Lionsgate energy does last, for a while. So you can always do a meditation for that in the next few days. But I hope you guys enjoy your entry into Lionsgate. But yeah, so I'll be attending that talk, and probably will update if there's something interesting in that. So like I said, not really sure what to expect. Haven't really found much about this guy online, which is good. I feel like it's good for me to go and be surprised about what to expect, but it did prompt me to want to do this video. Hello, Norzen. So yeah, it prompted me to want to do this video about divination. So yes, like I said, divination tools are just that. They are tools. You are working with your higher self or your guides or whatever energy you're feeling at the time, and that is the energy that you're utilizing. And anything can be used for divination if you kind of program it, if you focus on it, if you put that energy into that. So I know some of you have seen this. So it's simply a coin, and it has one side says yes and one side says no. So it's very similar to a pendulum in the way it does yes or no. So what I do, so when I'm programming a divination tool, what I usually will do, especially if it's a yes or no, of course I cleanse, I put whatever energy I want to put in there, and I will ask 3 times a question I already know the answer to. So I might say, is my name Venus? Blah, 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 blah. You ask questions that you already know the answer to, and when you get the correct answer from the pendulum 3 times in a row, generally it is programmed then. That's how I do it. So hello and welcome new people, NB and PB Asha, hello and welcome. So yes, that's generally how I do it with the pendulum or with the coin or anything like that, where it's yes or no. So you want to get 3 correct answers in a row, and then you feel comfortable that you are connected. And you will generally be able to tell, especially the further you go on your kind of journey, you will be able to tell and feel that energy, even if you don't ask the questions. Sid, hello and welcome. But because I'm going to that talk about lesser forms of divination, and because I did want to explain, like, you could have an ordinary coin with a heads and tails, and you could program the heads to yes, the tails to no, or vice versa, and you could just use that for divination. So anything can be used for divination if you focus on how you're programming it and you channel that correct energy. Okay, so that's what I just wanted to explain that. I don't know exactly what I'm expecting at the talk tomorrow, but I will update if anything interesting comes up. Hello, Kevin. But yeah, so most of you have seen the Queen, but I thought, so we are going to do a bit of pendulum today, so you're very welcome to ask some questions in a moment. But does anybody want to ask questions? So I have cleanse, I've programmed, it is in tune, should we say? So would anyone like to ask the Queen a question, a yes or no question, something we've never done before? It would be nice to. Okay, so sorry about that if I was buffering. Okay, so sorry about that if I was buffering for but what I was saying is we can do something with the Queen. So you're very welcome to ask questions. Hopefully it doesn't disconnect again. I don't know what's wrong with it because it said my Wi-Fi was okay, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. But does anyone want to ask a yes or no question for the Queen before we head in to some pendulum reading? I'm really sorry, I know some people jumped out there. It's really an issue. It's really an issue. I need a better internet connection, certainly. So yes or no questions. Does anybody have one? Does anybody have a yes or no? Okay, so he said, will I lose the weight I gain tomorrow? So there are a few different ways, of course, that you can do it. You can throw the coin up. A lot of people do that. I quite like to spin it, but my surface isn't great for spinning because I don't know if you can see it because I've got the cloth on there. I take the cloth off and then we can. That will be better. Okay, so actually getting a no on that at the moment. So I feel like you will lose it, but it might just not be that soon. Maybe it will be over a few days rather than just tomorrow. Kevin says, will A message me within 2 weeks? I wish I could show it. I think I will do a stream like this because, oh, we're getting a yes. Getting a yes on that one. I will do a stream with this where you can see the Queen. I don't know if you, I think it's just off screen there. So I will do another one with the Queen. But I will switch to pendulum in just a moment. Does anybody else have a question for the Queen? But yeah, so Kevin, you're getting a yes and Sid, unfortunately, a no at the moment. Roma, hello and welcome. You're very welcome to ask a yes or no question. We're just doing yes or no questions. Kevin says they want to believe the Queen is perfectly programmed. Yes. Yeah, and it's definitely, I mean, it's an interesting form of divination, but I just wanted to talk about how you can use anything. But like I always say, you know, crystal ball is much more accurate because you can see percentages. The Queen is similar to a pendulum where if the chance is over 50%, you get a yes. If the chance is under 50%, you get a no. So, you know, it could be that you have a 50%, 60%, something like that chance. Unfortunately, it's not confirmed that it's 100%, if that makes sense. So it's not as good as the crystal ball. But we do have to explore different themes of divination, and it's just interesting, I think. So hello, Agaba says, do you love adventure? Well, yeah, I love traveling and seeing new places and communities, cultures. Sarif says hello and welcome. And Freedom says, how are you? I'm very well, thank you. Freedom, pretty good name, I would say. So hello and welcome. So guys, if you are new, I think I will switch up to pendulum now since it's very, very quiet here. Let's switch up to pendulum and see how we go with that. So just put this down. Oh, what's going on there? So yeah, we'll switch up to pendulum now. But yeah, we probably will explore a few different types of divination that we haven't done on the stream before. I'll probably introduce a few things as we go along with more streams throughout the month and things like that. So I am from the UK. I'm from the UK. Nepal, you're from, I would love to visit. I would love to visit Nepal. Amazing. Philippines. Oh, it's so lovely to see people from different parts of the world because our main subscribers are India, America, and UK. So it's always nice to see slightly different areas. I really love that. So yeah, so we're, oh, actually I could put this down a bit so you could see the pendulum. So we're doing a pendulum reading now. But if anyone does want the coin, I can do that. So we do have the yes or no coin. It's just a really, for me, it's a really good one for, I'm a Libra, and Libras are famously indecisive, and it's very good for making quick decisions and things like that, you know? Quick divination on the go. It's very small. I carry this around in my bag with me. So, I mean, you can do that with a pendulum as well. Sometimes I do carry a pendulum around. Not this pendulum, you know, the swingy crystal pendulums. So yes. Where am I? I'm in the UK. I'm in the UK. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. But yeah, so we will move on to pendulum. If it's a quiet stream, if no one has any questions, that's fine. I did want to kind of talk about the talk that I'm going to tomorrow, and that's kind of the point and why I jumped on right now. But I do have a little while. If anyone does want a pendulum question, you're very welcome. And like I said, if you are seeing my posts, then you will know that there is a crystal ball today at 8 p.m. GMT, so just check your time conversion. If you check my posts, I do link time conversion as well. So for the pendulum, it's yes or no questions, but you're very welcome to cards as well. So we have Spellcasting Oracle, Starseed cards, Witch's Wisdom, Akashic cards, Sufi Wisdom, Love cards, and Spirit Animal as well. So you're very welcome to choose cards as well. So you can just ask questions. You don't have to send a super chat. I appreciate super chats. I appreciate super stickers, of course. But you are welcome to ask questions for free. Don't worry about that. So yeah, so 847 Global I will pick for you. Okay, so we will do a Akashic and, Akashic or Sufi Wisdom and a Spirit Animal, I think. Let's do the Spirit Animal first whilst I decide on the other one. Okay, so you have the Badger Spirit, and you're being told to be fearless and bold. So sometimes we get this when we're going into a period where we're going to step into more responsibility or our leadership energies, or we need to stand up for what we believe in. Someone might kind of be against what you believe in, or saying something that's you know is wrong. So standing up for what you believe in is very important. Being fearless and bold. So yeah, maybe stepping into your leadership energies, maybe having a little bit more responsibility. And so yeah, you can tap into the Badger Spirit if you don't feel like you're in your power enough to do that. And Akashic, let's do Akashic. Okay, so you have Hilarion. So this is an interesting one because it suggests that you have guides around you, guides, angels, maybe passed over loved ones, things like that, ancestors maybe, and they're giving you messages. And actually, it's a positive card because we drew it the right way. When we get it upside down, it's telling us that you're not fully hearing what they want you to hear, what they want you to know. But this way suggests that you are. It suggests that you're decoding your messages correctly, you're being guided to the right places, your intuition is correct, you're kind of on the right path in that intuitive spiritual space. So that's very positive. So connect with your guides a little bit more maybe if you want some answers and things like that, because you are resonating with them at the moment. Naveen says, my ex cheated. Her name is Jennifer. She belongs to a different country. I blocked her from everywhere, but I feel she's still connected to me. Why? Is she coming back from somewhere? Okay. So when you still feel connected, generally you have cord attachments. So even if you feel like you're fully over them, they might still hold a cord to you if they're not fully over you. So it can go both ways. If you're not over them, you might have a cord. If they're not over you, you might have a cord. So I feel like you still have some cord attachments. You might need a cleanser. So it's probably a good idea to jump in and say, like I said before, my name is Venus. This is Secret Frequencies, and in the description of the video is my website, which is secretfrequencies.com/shop. and I do a variety of different spells, sessions, things like that. I do energy cleansers, Reiki, home cleansers, sound healing sessions, spells like money, love, whatever you might want, and readings like tarot, rune, crystal ball, and things like that. And if you need a cleanser, if you would like a cleanser, you're very welcome to check out my website. The prices are very reasonable. That's in the description of the video, and also so is the the ways to contact me. So my Facebook, Discord, and email are all there. If you want to contact me privately, you're very welcome to do that. So Naveen says, can't you tell me her current feelings for me? Yeah, so I do think that there's still cords and that there's still feelings. I think you probably do need to remove those cords, which is why I mentioned my cleanser. My cleanser has cord cutting in it and protection. But yeah, so let's pull a love card for you on the current feelings. Okay, so you have, you're getting codependency. It says addictions are affecting your romantic life, so it doesn't necessarily mean that one of the people in the relationship has an addiction, but it can be a negative, repetitive pattern. Maybe a behavioural pattern or a pattern even throughout lifetimes. It can be something repeating throughout lifetimes, like a lesson that needs to be learned. But codependency definitely suggests there's still cord attachments that you would benefit from removing those. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, guys, so the messages are I don't know about messages earlier than Naveen's message, but they are showing up. I was just answering that because they go together. They all go together. So Sid says, does Night Guardian B still visit me? That's what I asked. Yeah, I didn't see that, so let's see. I would never purposely skip a question, guys. So let's do Sid's one. Yes, you have a yes on that. Pooja, hello. I'm very well. How are you? Kevin says, will A unblock me this month? Guessing a yes on that. So the energy seems to have shifted to a more positive path recently, since the last reading, which I don't think was very long ago. So yeah, there's definitely a shift there. You're very welcome, Naveen. You're very welcome. God bless you too. Yes. So it's really lovely to see new people. I'm so grateful to have new people in the community. We do tons and tons of free readings here, so feel free to stay tuned. There's a crystal ball later on today. And yeah, there's cards. So sorry, you really just jumped in, haven't you? We have spellcasting, starseed, witch's wisdom, akashic, spirit animal, sufi wisdom, and love. They're the cards we have. So you're very welcome to also choose cards. And yeah, I mean, it will only be a short stream because the intention was just to talk about the lesser forms of divination. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed the stream. I hope you get to ask a few of your questions answered. And please like the video if you have not liked it already. I greatly appreciate that. Spirit animal for Pooja, of course. Oh, you have the cow spirit. I love the cow spirit. The miracles are endless. So definitely a positive energy coming in your life. You could be getting some positive karma given to you. Miracles. So things that, it's not necessarily unexpected things, but it might be you might be surprised in what comes and how positive it does come. Things that you're kind of trying to manifest may come in this chapter. But if you're feeling stuck with that, if you're feeling like, doesn't really feel like miracles, doesn't really feel great, connect with the cow spirit and see what energy you can draw from the cow spirit. You might have help with that there. Kevin, does A feel more comfortable approaching now that we have graduated? Yeah, so it might be where the shift in energy is coming from. Yes, we get a yes on that, so you're correct on that. Thank you for the likes, guys. I greatly appreciate it. 8 likes on a very quiet stream. I do appreciate that. But one thing I will say, Kevin, we do see the pendulum is agreeing with the energy of the queen, that more positive shift. So I would say the queen is programmed. So they're kind of agreeing, aren't they, on their energy? So I think that's interesting and nice. Akashic for Pooja. Oh, you have Uriel and the Sphinx, and it's upside down as well. So this can be you're having some issues, emotional issues that you need clearing. You might be ignoring a draw to travel somewhere. You might have guidance to go somewhere and you're ignoring it. And also, it's things linked to maybe mostly emotions and travel. And your guides are trying to push you in certain directions with that, maybe balancing your emotions, maybe pushing you to travel to a certain place, and you're kind of ignoring that a little bit, or you're not hearing it properly, or you're letting your emotions kind of take over everything, because we need balance between our emotions, our logic, our intuition, and things like that. You might be a little bit over emotional at the moment. It might even be subconscious emotions. So just think about that. Let's see. When will we change these? I have an emergency question. What is it? What's your question? Kevin, yeah, both points to the same positive energy. Yes. So at least they are resonating. I think that's good. And that's kind of proof then. The lesser forms of divination can work. Dream about me? I don't know what you mean. Um, so when we change this, one of my 6 girlfriends is upset with me. Can you tell me if she found out about the others? Is that a real question? Is that true? Is that true? That is crazy if that's true. You have 6 girlfriends? Where do you find the time? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I see what the pendulum says. Even if it's just a joke, I'm going to do it. It'd be funny if we got a rephrase. We get a no! We get a no on that. But we could be getting a no because it's not true. The pendulum could be saying it's not true. But that's funny. That's really funny. Maya, we lost Maya. Maya was here at the beginning. Maybe she jumps out when I buffered. 847 Global says you will know what I mean tonight when you see me in your dreams. Okay, so you're going to visit me astrally? Is that what you're saying? Interesting. And I've worked with a lot of clients and I do a lot of cleanses, and I do a lot of astral work, and usually when it's cleansing specifically, the clients will dream about me doing something, cleansing, clearing, sending energy, being there in their dream. I've had many clients who've dreamt about the astral work that I've done, so they are very connected and very. This is what I think is like a lot of people who come to me, they have more gifts than they think. They're more able to, do things for themselves more than they think. So I think that's really nice, a really nice thing to experience. When we change these, can you ask if she's upset because I forgot her birthday? Rephrase. No, guessing no. Starseed Oracle for Pooja. We have 2 Starseed Oracles, so I'll pull you them. So our first one is Activated Earth. So we have Activated Earth. Power, places, ley lines, trust where you are led. So it's kind of resonating with the Uriel and the Sphinx card, because it's saying trust where you are led. So you're having intuitive guidance to go somewhere. Maybe you're not noticing it, recognizing it. Try to feel into where they're guiding you to. But ley lines is an interesting one. It's like going to Stonehenge and places like that. Sacred sites of the earth with the ley lines. And I'll pull you the other star seed as well. There we are. Blue flame. Connect to the blue flame, which is the light of pure love within you. Very nice as well. Very nice message for Pooja. And Akashic for Kevin. I think that I pulled that the right way. The Queen of Scrolls. So this is interesting. So the Queen of Scrolls is about powerful divine feminine energy. There can be an element of you tapping into your divine feminine a little bit, but mostly with the Scrolls card, it's a feminine person in your life, a female usually, or someone who just emanates more of their feminine energy. Could possibly be a male. But the Queen of Scrolls. So they're really in their divine feminine, and they could be like a mentor or a teacher or just someone who gives out some level of information that you learn from, that you trust, and it's really positive. So it's like kind of saying to, yes, be guided to them, and yes, trust that information, and yes, trust them. It's very positive about learning, growing, getting information from this person. This person's a very positive part of your life path. They're going to teach you some things. So that's really positive. Let's see. Review. Review says, what sorcery is this? Black magic. What's that word say? I don't know what soothsayer means. But yeah, so definitely not black magic. This is just divination. Not really magic. It's divination. But we could say everything has a little bit of magic in it. Kevin says, am I more tapped into my divine feminine lately? Yes, I'm guessing a yes on that. And Pooja says, is the inner journey that I have, is this the inner journey that I have to take? No. I think that's because what's coming up is like real travel. It's like really going to places. So it's not to say that you don't have an inner journey to kind of progress and ascend on. It's just that what you're being really guided to now is a specific part of Mother Earth, you know? So yeah. So thank you guys for joining me. It's super quiet stream, so I will jump off. So I will jump off. So Pooja and Kevin, if you have any last questions or any last cards, please do choose them now. But yes, so I do hope you enjoyed the stream. I did mostly want to talk about, like I said, different forms of divination and how you technically can use anything for divination. You can make something yourself as long as you're programming it and putting that energy into it, protecting it. You will get those answers, you know. So yeah, you're really welcome. But don't forget, there's a crystal ball later on. So the crystal ball later on will be longer than this stream, and it's at 8 p.m. GMT. So I hope you can make it. I do apologise that it's a late one this time, but there will be another earlier crystal ball this month, and I will post that on the posts section of my YouTube. 847 Global, I appreciate the compliments. Thank you very much. Kevin, you're welcome. And Starseed card for Kevin. I'll do you both Starseed cards. So you have, your life is a canvas, artist, manifestation, creative accountability. So your life is a canvas. So it is very much more about that creative energy of actually manifesting and creating your own life. But there could be some creative energy like linked to the sacral, where you might actually tap into a creative endeavor, a creative outlet, a little you know, it's just something on the side maybe. I know that you are a lot of the time in your logical energy with what you do and what you studied, so it might just be calling you to do a bit more creative things. But then there's that creative energy on a grander scale where it's that how you're actually creating your life, manifesting, you know. And then we have Starseed as well, another Starseed for Kevin. We have Strength. You are being guided by the cosmos. Stay strong, a positive outcome is assured. That's really nice. As long as you stay strong, you will have your positive outcome. Ivo, hello and welcome. It's nice to see you. I hope you are well. I really hope you're well. I feel like I've seen you a little bit more frequently lately, and that's been very, very nice. So yeah, so guys, I am going to jump off, but like I said, there's a crystal ball at 8 p.m. GMT. If you're not sure how to convert that to your time zone, check my posts section. I think it's the latest post. I always post a time conversion website, so it's a bit easier for you guys to see if you can connect with me at that time. So I really appreciate jumping on. If you did miss the beginning part, that's kind of where the information, the lesser forms of divination information comes through. So if you would like to skip back to that, you can have a little look at what I was talking about. And like I said, we're heading into Lionsgate tomorrow, so I really hope that you guys are feeling the positive energies and that you're going to connect with that in some way. If I can jump on to do a quick meditation for Lionsgate, I will. That will likely be very late in the evening if I do, but I will try to. And also I might update about the talk. Like I said, the lesser forms of divination talk that I'm attending tomorrow, I might update about that as well. So love, light and blessings to each of you. Please like the video on your way out if you have not already. So lovely to see new people as well, by the way, guys, so shout out to the new people that came into the stream. I hope to see you again. I really hope this isn't the first and last time. So love, light and blessings.